Geek23, reviewing fiction and fantasy books for teens and tweens. Today I'm going to be reviewing Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Colfer. So, let's just get right into it, because it's a pretty good book. I think, let's just start with the, trying to think of something other than plot, because I've been using plot a lot in my reviews, and I kind of want to change it up for the audience, which is you. But I just don't have any ideas, so, ideas. Bingo. Okay, I'm just going to use idea for today. It's not as good as plot, but it's something different. So, the idea behind the story is there are these two twins, Connor and Alex, and they find this book, and they open the book, and it transports them into this magical world of fairy tales. It's literally the name, Land of Stories. They get transported to a land of fairy tales, where fairy tales are real. And then wishing spell. There's this wishing spell thing that they have to use to get back to their world in the Land of Stories. So it's basically what the title says, and some things I do and don't and do like about it is I like that it's creative, and it's really it's a good read. It's a little young for me, so if you're 10, 11, 12, then maybe not so much this book. If you're 8, 9, 7, or just a 10 and 11-year-old with a really creative mind, then this would be a good book for you. But for me, it was a little young when I read it. Well, when I read it, it was fine, but now when I reread it for the review, it was a little young. So, one thing I don't like about it is it's very confusing if you have not read almost all the fairy tales. I haven't read all of them. I've read a few of them, and I know a few of them from just common knowledge. But other than that, it's a little confusing because they've got all these people, and And then it's pretty interesting the way it works. I don't really not like that much about it. So, I mean, with all that said, it's not my favorite book. It's not like Strangers, which I have somewhere here. You probably can't see it in the film, but it's down here. And by now you probably noticed I'm not a forward frog anymore. I completely forgot to say that in my intro for some reason. I just don't remember these important things. So, but other than that, other than that, there's not that much, and I just said other than that 3 times in a row. Wow. What have I done with my life? So, with that said, let's get right into the stats. So, it's called Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Colfer. There are other Colfer books, but I think it's by his brother, because there's a, not sure what it's called. But anyway, there's other Colfer books. I'm trying to see where they are, but I can't seem to find them. I think it's Fablehaven, No, that's Brandon Mole. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the other books Colfer has written, but I know there's more. And, so it was published by Little Brown Publishing in 2012, so it's not too old, not too new, so, I know a lot of people have heard of it, so, it's the first in the Land of Stories series. There are, I've got the others here, so there's 1, 2, 3, I think there's 6 books in the Land of Stories series. So a 6-book series with an average page of around 400. Well, this one has 438. I'd say the average is like 450 to 400. So that's a pretty good amount of pages for a series with 6 books. That's pretty good. And the age, as I've said, it's probably like 8 to 12. I'm not saying if you're not 8 to 12, don't read it, but I think 8 to 12-year-olds would understand it more than either younger kids who are just learning how to read because it's a little harder, or like older kids, because the older kids, it's not really their style. So, my thoughts on it, it's a pretty good book. It's a good read. It's funny, entertaining. It's a little confusing, and it takes a long time to get into the start. Well, not a long time, but it takes a good amount of time. But once you get into it, it's pretty action-packed, but not as much as the other books. So that's plus minus. And then, so with all that said and in mind, this book is not gonna get a 5-star rating, and it's not gonna get a 1-star rating or a 0-star. It's gonna get a 3-star just because it's a little confusing and there's not that much action in it. Well, there's some action, but not enough for me. You guys might think a lot differently than me. I don't know any of you guys' opinions on anything, so this is just my opinion, my humble and only opinion, that is 3 stars. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. And come back next week when I will be reviewing Aragon, which is an amazing book by Christopher Penolini. That's going to be a hard one to say for next week. But yeah, I love this book, so come back next week and see what my rating is. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm the Book Geek 23.